There's nothing like them in any other motorsport today. The Super 7200 modified dragster tractors. The big 30-inch rear tires spin at speeds of up to 150 miles an hour, driven by as many as 4 full-blown drag rail engines. Their brute power is unmatched by any other division, competing in the Redman TNT All-American Pulling Series. First up tonight at the throttle of Old Red is John Hileman out of Rockford, Ohio. They'll be running tonight on a short 150-foot track, but the increased weight on the big sled will more than compensate for the difference in distance. Up until just a few minutes ago, John was making last-minute adjustments, fine-tuning the 3 engines that power Old Red. Now he has to make his final judgment on the condition of the track. Years of pulling experience go into these last-minute decisions that can either make you or break you. We'll see if John Hileman has made the right choices as the flagman prepares to signal the start.
Green flag, go down for it.
A full pull for John Hileman. The rest will have to match it to stay alive.
Oh, John Hileman, that was a sweet run. You got to feel good.
Oh, it felt real good. I wouldn't turn it down, no way. It was a good run.
This 150-foot track, like an indoor track, suits you fine here in the 7,000-pound class.
Yes, the tractor's working well. Tractor's working real well on the short tracks.
Well, I'll tell you, it's going to be hard to catch you. There's some guys back there that can do it, but if we go into a pull-off, you certainly have to be a favorite. Your engines ran so well tonight.
Yes, we made some changes for the air. There's 2 more guys back there. 3. There's going to be a pull-off. There'll be a pull-off for sure.
Next up is Wayne Sullivan aboard the mighty Kentuckian. This is a beautiful machine that maintains the classic look of the old farm tractor in its design. Wayne is following John Hileman's lead and lining up on the left side. He's examining the track closely. He knows he has to go the full distance to match Hileman and get into the pull-off. The pressure is on.
Sullivan trying to put a win under his belt with the Kentuckian.
A breakdown and a tough break for Wayne Sullivan. Let's find out what the problem was.
Wayne Sullivan heartbreak at about the 75-foot mark. What happened to the Kentuckian?
The front motor broke a rod, I think, and it's got a little hole in the front oil pan, so...
Oh, that's a little serious. A picture window.
Oh, yeah, we got to go home and put another motor in and go again.
It's flame on time as Robert Soisson and the flying machine pull onto the track. The flying machine gets its name from the big jet turbine that powers it. Its distinctive plume of fire and high-pitched hum mark it as unmistakably different from the rest. It may not be as loud as most of the other modifieds, but don't let that fool you. Robert has added extra weight up front to keep the nose down and harness the turbine's full power.
Green flag goes out for him. How about it, Ohio? Let's get behind him. Let's let him know we're here. Come on, let's get on our feet. Put Sullivan on the other end. He's better with the big boys on the TNT Redman All-American Pulling Series.
A disappointing run for Robert Soisson. He couldn't get the flying machine off the ground tonight.
Well, I tell you, it sounded like we were at Cleveland Hopkins Airport here tonight. The motor makes a lot of horsepower out there. It's a very smooth engine, but you got your work cut out for you here tonight in Cleveland Stadium.
Right, I did, but I had the tractor weighted wrong. It was my fault all the way.
All right, how would you have weighted the tractor differently?
A little lighter on the front.
A little lighter in the front.
Right.
One of the things in pulling, you've got to take a chance.
Right. And I just took mine and weighted it wrong, that's all.
Paul Norman from Charlotte, North Carolina is getting the war wagon into position for the next pull. His only hope is to go the full length of the track and force John Hileman into a pull-off. He has the equipment to do it. The 3 big engines that power the war wagon are in prime condition, fully aired and ready to roll. Top-line equipment is useless without a good driver, and Paul is one of the best. Here's his run. Paul Norman has sent this one into extra innings. He'll have to take on Hileman in the pull-off.
Paul Norman, a very happy and a sweaty and a dirty guy, but after you make a full pull like that, you don't care, do you?
No, you don't care. It's all worth it.
It's all worth it. I tell you, got Hileman worried now with his triple-engine dragster tractor. But I tell you, when you come to play in this class, you better come prepared with horsepower.
Yeah, like they say, you better come loaded for bear. Bruce Hutcherson sitting back here with 4 motors. He'll give us a run for the money, so I expect a 3-way pull-off.
All right, now it looked like you bounced a little bit. Did you have any handling problems off the line?
Not really. The starting line's starting to go away a little bit. It was a little heavy on the nose, but I think we can compensate for that for the pull-off and come back all right.
Bruce Hutcherson and the Macon Bacon Special are the last contestants with a chance to make it into the pull-off. Bruce is running 4 big areas, especially for this run. He's pulled his back engine and substituted 2 others, offset in the rear position. He hopes it will give him the extra kick he needs to master the weight of the sled. He's also lined up to the left, which seems to be the choice of the track. Let's see if he can put it all together and make it work.
Let's see if he can do it right now. Green flag's out.
The 4 big areas go the distance for Bruce Hutcherson and get him into the 3-way pull-off.
Bruce Hutcherson, there's a radio station in Cincinnati that says, we don't mess around. Hey, and you didn't mess around tonight. You really gave it all it was worth, and those 4 engines came to life. You didn't waste any time.
No, I just kind of rolled out the whole lean on the throttle there, Dave, and it just left. I'll run a little lighter in the pull-off. We'll see what happens.
All right, you've got tough competition in the pull-off. You got a couple of 3-engine dragster tractors. It's going to be a dogfight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a dogfight. I probably got too many motors. Should have taken these 2 off and put the top one on.
We'll be right back for the pull-off in the battle of the 7200 modified tractors.
These are the pros, world champion billiard players. Larry Viscotti, the Prince of Pool. Mike Siegel, Captain Hook. Jim McKay, Pretty Boy Floyd. And Jim Rempe, King James. Together at one time to bring you the most outstanding videotape available today on the challenging sport of pool. Billiards, the basics and the best. They'll entertain and instruct you, revealing inside secrets that can simplify and improve your pool game, including techniques for break shots, banks, English, angles, positions, strategy, safeties, and the basics.
Listen, why struggle when you can learn from the best?
To order your VHS or beta video of billiards, the basics and the best, call 1-800-453-1800 or send $24.95 plus $3 shipping and handling to Billiards. P.O. Box 12393E, Aspen, Colorado 81612. Visa, MasterCard, and American Express accepted. Please specify VHS or beta. Order now to be your best at billiards. For rush delivery, call now 1-800-45...
Speed, power, more speed. If it has a motor and goes fast, you'll see it on Speed Week. Every Friday night at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN.
They're gearing down the sled in preparation for the pull-off in the 7200 modified tractor division here in Cleveland. John Hileman in Old Red will be up first. He pulled the big sled out of here on his first run, but he'll have considerably more drag fighting him this time. He's lining up on the right side of the track. No one has had any success on the right side tonight, but maybe he knows something we don't. The ability to read the track is essential to success in the pulling game. The chain is tight, and he's ready to go. Getting off the line, but a good run for John Hileman. The question is, will it be enough?
Well, John Hileman heading for our microphone here at trackside. A great run. Remember, he made a super pull in the first round of competition. And, John, I guess the big question is right now, you got Paul Norman and you got Hutcherson on your tails with 3 and 4 motors respectively. Do you think your run is going to hold up?
Oh, I don't think it didn't get out of the hole good. I tried the opposite side of the track. I don't think that was a hot setup. It didn't come out of the hole as fast as I wanted. It took too long to get moving. Now it's an awful short track, but I think you'll see the higher horsepower, the Aries motors making more horsepower, and the 4 up. I think it's going to be hard on me tonight.
As they smooth out the track, Paul Norman is pulling the war wagon into position to hook up for his run. Paul's 3 engines deliver plenty of power to drive the big tires at maximum RPM. But power is nothing without the proper weight distributed around the chassis. Paul has moved 100 pounds off the front end to hopefully give him the advantage he needs. He knows what he has to do, but will his strategy meet the challenge? An excellent run by Paul Norman. He's beaten out John Hileman by just a few inches.
Oh, Paul Norman, I tell you, he likes to turn the tires fast. Paul, I got to ask you, what kind of tire speed do you have with the war wagon?
Should be about 130, 135 mile an hour.
All right, now once again, we observed from here at the end of the track, it looks like you had handling problems out on the tractor.
We moved 100 pounds back for the pull-off. She was still too nose heavy. It could have easily stood 200 back.
All right, do you think this is going to hold up, or do you think Hutcherson's is going to ease it out the end again?
I don't even think we got John, did we? I don't know. It was awful close between John and myself, I think. But Bruce will blow it out the end.
As he backs up to the sled, Bruce Hutcherson has his work cut out for him. His 4-engine setup got him into the pull-off. But do they have the power necessary to beat the mark set by Paul Norman? Let's see if the 4 big Aries can pull the big sled to victory. Bruce Hutcherson has survived the pull-off to win it all in the 7200 modified tractor division.
As Bruce Hutcherson is climbing out of the tractor, I want to take just the opportunity to look at just how well these machines are built. They've had the 30.5-inch tires back here to get a bite in the track. The weights are back there as Bruce steps on the weights to get down off the tractor. The heavy weights to hold the tractor down to make the weight class. And then the big hitches down there. And I tell you, put it all together with brute horsepower, and you've got a heavy-duty machine, and then you put a driver in the seat like this guy, and you've got a winning combination. I tell you, congratulations, but it wasn't all that easy, was it?
No, they made me work for it there. It didn't want to leave off the line. I just leaned on it and turned the tires. It just burned it out.
Okay, you burned it out. Was there one spot on the track that was better than another in this class?
Well, there was a soft spot right there in the middle, and you needed to straddle that to get out of the hole, and once you got out there, it was the same.
You really have come on strong here in the last couple of months on the TNT Redman circuit. The engines are performing superbly.
Yeah, the motors are in good shape. We found out what it takes to keep them together. The tires are working, the chassis is working. I'm not going to change anything, Dave.
All right, good luck at your next event. Bruce Hutcherson, the winner here tonight at Cleveland, Ohio, at the Motor Nationals, brought to you by Coors and Nationwide. He wins it in the dragster tractor class.
Be a part of the most powerful sport on earth with a TNT membership. Get 12 issues of Power Tracks, the monthly pulling magazine, a Redman TNT pulling cap, a TNT Motorsports patch, Redman and TNT decals, plus a 10% discount card on all mail order purchases. Send check or money order for $24.95 to this address, or charge it to your Visa or MasterCard by calling 1-800-227-3167. Order now.
Right now at Rent-A-Center, you can play a great new game called Everyone's a Winner. It's great because every card is an instant winner, from $2 to $5 to $10,000, up to our grand prize of $25,000 cash. You can win RCA big screen TVs, GE pocket stereos, Polaroid cameras, a trip to Hollywood, plus millions of other prizes, including big discounts on Rent-A-Center products. Play the Everyone's a Winner game at Rent-A-Center, where you can rent to own and play to win.
In the heavy modified tractor class, 2 pullers have emerged from the pack to battle for the points title, and they represent 2